It's said that many of the inmates roam the halls today. The most popular is the apparition of female serial killer Lavinia Fisher. Fisher was an innkeeper who robbed and murdered her guests.
Probably the best known would be the vile murderess of Lavinia Fisher. She was housed here at the end of 1819 until her execution February 18th of 1820. She and her husband ran a boarding house called the 6 Mile Inn off of what is present-day Dorchester Road and Cosgrove Avenue. And there's all kinds of stories about how many people they murdered, really anywhere between 3 and over 100. They would take in wayside travelers, murder them in their sleep, trying to poison them first with oleander tea. If that did not work, her husband John would finish the job with an axe, a knife, and all kinds of crazy stories come out of that time.
I imagine the most notorious person here would be Lavinia Fisher. She was the most despised of Charleston because she was the first serial killer woman in the United States. She actually killed a lot of our kin people here in Charleston. She was kept here until she was executed. They say she was executed on some old gallows right outside the old city jail here.
They were captured late in 1819 and they were housed in this jail for 3 months until their execution February 18th of 1820. On that day, Lavinia Fisher went on a final promenade through the city, they say in a white wedding gown, and her famous last words upon the gallows were, "If you have any messages for the devil, let me know. I'll be seeing him in the morning."
She still haunts the areas. A lot of times you'll see her going up and down the steps. I've actually seen her late at night looking out of the windows and things. She haunts a lot of people here.
It is said that within an hour of her execution, she was seen exiting this jail cell, and she has been seen throughout the cell, throughout the jail, throughout the city, on that perimeter of the promenade that she went on before her execution. Oftentimes people will say that they hear the cackling of an evil woman floating on the wind, and her cold, icy presence is felt throughout the entire jail.
It's nothing uncommon to be walking these old cell blocks or walking these old hallways, and you can just feel the spirits. You know you're in the presence of a spirit, you know, and a lot of times you can hear the moaning and groaning from the past, these spirits that were executed here, or the ones that, you know, actually died or got whipped here to death. You can actually feel those spirits moving about, those unhappy spirits in the past.